Business insurance is not the same, and insurance for a fire alarm company is definitely different from insurance from a person who's just selling t-shirts. So inside the insurance strategist, we're going to give you the 4 types of insurance policies you're going to need to be fully protected and make sure nobody can come after your personal assets. Inside of the fire alarm business blueprint, the insurance strategist is step number 3. There are 9 other steps inside of this course in order for you to learn how to start, operate, and grow a fire alarm company. So as we get into the different types of insurance you're going to need for your fire alarm business, the first one you're going to need is general liability insurance. This is going to protect you, the property, and also the business. Second insurance is your workers' comp. You're going to have technicians in the field working out there, going to other people's homes, going to businesses. You want to make sure they're protected when they're on the job, especially if they get hurt. The next insurance after that will be your umbrella or your excess insurance. This will be your overlapping insurance. So whatever your general liability doesn't cover, your umbrella will also cover. So you get $1 million of your umbrella insurance, and each $1 million will cost you about $1,000 roughly to get a new $1 million policy. So if you want a $3 million policy, you'll be spending around $3,000. And lastly, if you're going to be driving your own car or company vehicles, or if you're going to be hiring subcontractors that's going to be using their vehicles, you're going to need auto to non-hired insurance, and you're going to need at least about $1 million in coverage. And $1 million in coverage, depending on the policy, you would be spending around anywhere between $200 and $300 per month. So be sure to download the Insurance Strategist cheat sheet. Unlike most programs, you're not here to watch a bunch of long, boring ass videos that's going to confuse you even more. The goal of the Insurance Strategist is so we can do it together one step at a time, so that way you can secure the right insurance and be a fully protected fire alarm business. So to give you a little bit more detail on the different types of insurances, we have the different type of insurances for fire alarm contractors. Fire alarm contractors must secure specific insurance policies to protect their business, employees, and clients. So under the general liability, this policy provides coverage for third-party bodily insurance, property damage, personal injury claims. It also protects contractors from lawsuits or accidents that may occur on a job, such as damaging a client's property during the installation or repair. Next, we have the workers' comp insurance. This insurance is mandatory in most states, and it covers medical expenses, loss of wages, and rehabilitation costs for the employee. You may get injured on the job, like falling off a ladder, having a drill, hitting the I-beam, and throwing their shoulder out the socket. Whatever the case may be, people do get hurt on the job. And next is the auto to non-hired insurance. This policy covers the liabilities related to vehicles used for business purposes but not owned by the company, such as a personal vehicle or a rented vehicle. It's crucial for businesses that rely on transporting tools, equipment, or even personnel. And lastly is the umbrella insurance. This policy provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of the general liability, auto, and workers' compensation insurance. It offers an extra layer of protection against high-cost claims or lawsuits, ensuring the contractor's assets are safeguarded. These insurance policies are critical for a fire alarm contractor to operate responsibly, comply with the legal requirements, and mitigate potential risk in their line of work. So when you are fully covered and you get your first installation job, the contractor, the GC, whomever's running the project is going to ask you for an additional insured and name us on your insurance. You will go back to your insurance broker, tell them you need an additional insured with some wording, and this is potentially what it would look like. Break down your general liability on the top. It will break down your workers' comp, and it will also break down your umbrella and excess insurance if you have all of those policies. This to let them know how much insurance coverage you actually have for any particular project. If you're doing deliveries, service calls, transporting tools and equipment or fire alarm equipment from the office or even from the warehouse straight to the job site, auto to non-hired insurance is definitely what you're going to need. These policies are not expensive to maintain, but are definitely needed for a fire alarm company or any service-based business. So how do you make sure you're covered? How do you go from being overwhelmed and frustrated to protecting your business with comprehensive insurance? In order for you to do that, I created 3 action steps for you to take to make sure that you are fully protected when you start your fire alarm business. The first one is I want you to assess your business risk. Identify the specific risks associated with your business operation. Consider factors like property damage, employee injuries, client lawsuits, industry-specific hazards. You want to make sure you conduct all these risks and mitigate them as soon as possible. Next thing is is you want to work with an experienced insurance broker. Working with an experienced broker will give you the information you need. What I mean by experience, I mean someone who's relative to the fire alarm and security industry. When you sign up for the ESA or the Electronic Security Association, one of the member benefits is getting insurance with one of the insurance brokers at a discounted rate. These policies fully protect you. You have all the clauses that you need to be protected. You're a fire alarm company. And lastly, you want to reevaluate your coverage. You want to make sure you are fully protected by all of these clauses that's within your policy, or you could actually shop around to see if you can get better rates or see if there's anything missing within your policy that someone else can give you. If a technician is installing a fire alarm system in a multi-story building, falls off a ladder, suffers a broken leg, then your workers' compensation insurance will cover his or her medical expenses, rehabilitation costs, portion of lost wages while they're on recovery. This will ensure the employee is supported and the company can avoid potential legal and financial penalties in the long run. You don't want to get hurt accidentally by no electrical work while working on wires when you're on a fire alarm system. Any employee accidentally coming in contact with live electrical components can result in burn and actually go to the hospital. So your workers' compensation coverage will cover the emergency medical treatment, any ongoing care, also protecting the company from out-of-pocket expenses and liability for the injury. So I want to give you some homework for the insurance strategist. I want you to research the different type of policies that you may need for your businesses. The 4 policies we went over, I want you to go in depth to see exactly what these policies are and how it can protect you and your business. And the second thing is I want you to create a real life example. I want you to write out some type of case study, some type of example, how a fire alarm company could face some type of legal risk without proper insurance coverage. I want you to explain why having the appropriate policy will mitigate these risks. I'm not going to go into a high-rise building with the improper insurance because I will never take a job where I don't have the right amount of insurance to cover me for that particular job. You don't want to put yourself at risk like that. You don't want to lose your business or whatever money you got on the personal side. Lastly, you want to assess the coverages that you need. Some brokers may sell you more than what you actually need, and some actually sell you what you need. So you have to work with the brokers that's specific to fire alarms so they know exactly what you need, so they can give you exactly what you need, and you only pay for what you need. So I want to zoom out a little bit. The insurance strategist is step number 3 inside of the fire alarm business blueprint. There are 9 other steps that you can take to start, grow, and operate your own fire alarm business, and this is all being taught by an actual licensed fire alarm contractor. So I want to congratulate you on completing the course. Now that you've gained the knowledge to properly protect your fire alarm business, it is time to take action, make your success even easier. So make sure you download that one-page cheat sheet. I want you to keep it by your side. Apply everything you've learned today. This cheat sheet will help you stay focused, organized, and ready to succeed. All right, I'll catch you in the next one.